Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let the world around you fade. Together, we will journey to a realm where myths come alive and mysteries whisper their secrets. This is your moment to pause, to wonder, and to escape. This is the story of Phaethon and the Chariot of the Sun. Phaethon was a young man with a burning question. Was he truly the son of Helios, the mighty god of the sun? His mother, Clemene, swore it was true, but the doubts of others gnawed at him. He was taunted by those who refused to believe that a mere mortal could be a child of a god. Determined to prove his divine heritage, Phaethon set out on a perilous journey to find his father. He travelled beyond the lands known to men, crossing deserts and mountains, pushing forward even as exhaustion threatened to overcome him. At last, he reached the eastern edge of the world, where the great palace of Helios stood. The palace of the sun. The palace was a wonder beyond imagination. Its towers were made of gold, its walls of gleaming bronze, and its great doors shimmered with silver. The air seemed to glow with an eternal sunrise. Inside, Helios sat upon his magnificent throne, clad in robes of blazing light. Around him stood the hours, who governed the passing of time, and the seasons, each wearing their own crown of flowers or frost. Phaethon, breathless from his journey, fell to his knees. Great Helios, Lord of the sun, my mother tells me I am your son, but the people of the world mock me. They call me a liar, a fool. If I am truly yours, grant me proof. Helios, his face softening with warmth, descended from his throne and placed a hand upon Phaethon's shoulder. You are my son, of that there is no doubt. And to prove my love, I shall grant you any wish you desire. The words had barely left his lips before Phaethon made his demand. Let me drive your chariot across the sky for one day. A reckless wish. A deep silence filled the golden hall. The gods and spirits turned their gaze towards Helios, whose expression had darkened with sorrow. My son, what you ask is beyond your power. Even Zeus himself does not dare take the reins of my chariot. The road through the heavens is steep, the horses wild and untamed. The stars will seek to pull you from your path, and the great beasts of the sky, the scorpion, the bull, the lion, will strike fear into your heart. If you lose control, you could set the world ablaze, or cast it into eternal night. But Phaethon did not be swayed. Do you not trust me, father? Do you not believe I am strong enough? I must prove myself to the world. Helios sighed, knowing that his oath bound him. He led Phaethon to the great chariot, a dazzling vessel of gold and fire, its wheels edged with diamonds, its frame pulsing with divine energy. The four immortal horses, Pyros, Eos, Aethon, and Plegon, reared and neighed, their breath forming sparks in the air. The journey begins. As dawn approached, Helios gave his final warning. Hold the reins tightly. Follow the path I take each day. Do not fly too high, or the earth will freeze. Do not go too low, or it will burn. And above all, trust me. Phaethon climbed into the chariot, heart pounding. The great gates of the sun opened, and with a mighty cry, the horses sprang forward. At first, all was well. The sky was painted in the soft hues of dawn, and Phaethon, exhilarated, beamed with pride. But soon, the horses sensed that the hands guiding them were not those of their master. They grew restless, and their speed increased. The chariot began to lurch wildly, tilting from side to side. The stars trembled as the sun veered off course. Phaethon, panicking, yanked the rein. The horses bolted upwards, pulling the chariot too high. So high, in fact, that the earth below was cast into an unnatural chill. The lands froze, and great sheets of ice formed across the rivers and seas. Terrified, Phaethon pulled the reins again, but harder this time, and the chariot plummeted. It drew far too close to the earth, and the world erupted into flame. Forests ignited in an instant. The great rivers, the Nile, the Euphrates, began to dry. The mountains cracked, and the land of Africa, once lush and green, was scorched into a vast desert. The heat was so fierce that the people of the land were burnt dark by the sun's fury. Phaethon, his face drenched in sweat, struggled to regain control. But the celestial horses no longer heeded him. They had become wild, untamed by the inexperienced hands of a mortal. Zeus intervenes. High atop Mount Olympus, Zeus watched the chaos unfold. The earth was dying, the heavens were in disarray. With a heavy heart, he knew there was only one solution. From his throne, the King of Gods seized a mighty thunderbolt, its power unmatched by anything. With a single, deafening crack, he hurled it towards the runaway chariot. The bolt struck Phaethon directly. He did not even have the time to scream. His body, lifeless and burnt, tumbled from the heavens like a falling star. He plunged into the river Eridanus, where nymphs later found him and mourned his tragic fate. The aftermath. His sisters, the Helios, were inconsolable. They wept for days upon the riverbanks, their sorrow so profound that the gods took pity on them, turning them into poplar trees. Their golden tears, hardened by time, became amber. As for Helios, his grief was so deep that he refused to rise for many days, plunging the world into darkness. It was only when the gods pleaded with him that he finally took up the reins once more, though his heart was forever heavy with sorrow. The story of Phaethon is a cautionary tale of hubris, excessive pride and reckless ambition. Though he longed to prove himself, his arrogance blinded him to the wisdom of those who knew better. His inability to control the power he sought led to disaster, not just for himself, but the entire world. The myth also serves as an explanation for natural phenomena. The scorching of the earth was said to have created the desert, while the darkened skin of the people in Africa was attributed to the burning heat of the sun during Phaethon's reckless ride. The river Eridanus was named in his memory, and the amber found in its waters was believed to be the tears of his grieving sisters. Ultimately, Phaethon's fate serves as a timeless lesson. Ambition must be tempered with wisdom, and power must be wielded with responsibility. As the whispers of myth fade into the stillness, carry their magic with you into the world. Until we meet again, let your spirit wander, and may your days be filled with wonder. Thank you for listening to Whispering Myths. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more, be sure to subscribe to Whispering Myths. That way, you won't miss out on any of the magical tales that I share. Don't forget to like this video and leave a comment. Thank you for listening, and until we meet again, may the whispers of myths guide your dreams.